No, that's not right. If this TV show, nope. 6 page, not 6 page, it's yeah, which is a memoir that those people, it's not autobiography, autobiography. I want to Nick Charlie in my life. Nope. Of me, telling this, nope, not reading. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, hi and welcome. For today's video, I'm gonna be telling you about the books that I have read that appear on the TV show Heartstopper. So if you don't know Heartstopper, it is a comic saga. It's not even a comic, it's a graphic novel, right? Saga. There are 5 books now. I have only the first 4 because, I have to get the 5th one. But this is a comic graphic design saga about 2 guys falling in love, Nick and Charlie. It is a very famous graphic novel, and Netflix made a TV, version of the saga, and there are 2 seasons right now. The second one happened to, got released this summer, and after watching the show with my friend, I decided to read the books that Isaac, one of the characters, reads in the TV show because he is the book nerd. He was made for the book lovers, and we all love Isaac. Isaac is great. I love him with all my heart, and he reads a lot, and I love that. So I looked up on Google this summer what books appeared on the first season and on the second season of the show. And I have decided to start reading the books from the second season because this is a season that is more recent, and I was like, why not to start with the second season instead of the first one, because I don't know how to do things the proper way. I like to, do it a bit different than anyone else. So I read 8 books out of the 22 books that appear on the second season of Heartstopper, which it is crazy that Isaac reads 22 books in 8 episodes that the second season has, but it is great. I love it, and I had actually so much fun reading these 8 books. I still have many to go, so this is probably going to be the first part of this video. I'm going to do a playlist on my channel so I can add to that playlist as many videos as I need to do to, read every single book that appear on the first and on the second season of Heartstopper, the show. And yeah, that is, what I want to do in this video. I want to tell you about those 8 books that I have read. And so let me start with the first one, that is I Love This Part by Tilly Walden. This book is beautiful, right? This book is a 60-page book. It's a novel, a graphic novel. And I don't know the difference between graphic novel and comic. I should probably, but I don't know. The thing is, it's like a comic graphic novel book. It's 60 pages long, and it is a beautiful book about how 2 girls meet and how they start dating and how they end up breaking up. It is heartbreaking. In 60 pages, I had so many emotions. It is not even funny. Like, I finished the book. I read most of these books. I want to clarify. I read most of these books in the past few months, so probably you already have heard my opinions on these books on my wrap-up. So if you want to know the ratings I give to these books and my actual thoughts on them, go to those wrap-up videos because, I talked about them then. And I'm still reading books for this video and for a different video that I'm filming because there's so many books. I cannot read 22 books in like 3 months. Like, I read fast, but not that fast. The thing is, I read this book this summer, and when I finished it, I was talking to my friend about something else. And I was like, I just finished the book, and I'm not okay. And it was 60 pages, and I don't know what to feel. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to say. I'm just shocked. But it was a beautiful book. You see the story after the couple, after those 2 girls are already broken up. So you see their process of, meeting and how they start being friends and how they started dating. It is a beautiful story, and it was heartbreaking when, the ending. I loved it so much, and I think this book was made into the TV show. To be honest, I don't know. Like, I want to tell you the reasons of why I think each book that I have read got into the, appears on the show. But in this specific case, in this book, I don't really know why. I mean, I wish I knew, but I don't, and it's weird. In the other books, I kind of know why, or I think I know why. And even if that's not true, I want to tell you my opinions of why the book got into the show. But I don't know why this specific one got in. and it's kind of, making me, it's annoying me a bit because I don't really know, but it is a beautiful book. It is very short. I really recommend it, and it was beautiful to read. So yeah, the next book, the second book I want to tell you about is Ace of Spades by Farida Abika. I don't know the name of this author. Like, I know the name, but I don't know how to pronounce it. So I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing any of the author's names wrong. I don't know. I'm so sorry. But this book I actually wanted to read for a while because I watched it. Like, I saw the book ages ago on BookTube. Like, I don't even know what YouTube video I was seeing that this book appeared. I was like, oh, this actually looks very good. And I kind of forgot about the book until I saw it on, this list. And I'm like, oh, great, I can read it now. And it is actually a very interesting book about a school, right? That I don't know if it's 50 years, but like every X number of years, they let a black person come into the school to study there. But the thing is, there's this group of people that is like a secret group of people that are trying to make them, like the black people that come into the school to study, they try to make their lives impossible so they can leave or so they can harm themselves, suicide, and all that stuff, because it's like that little group believe that white people are better than anyone else, and that only them are, only them have the right to study in that school, when it's just a school. Everyone, if you are there, it's because of something. And so the different black people that are in the school that just got in get together, and like with the help of past people, like past black students, they all get together to try and figure out who are trying to make their lives impossible. And it is very, very interesting how people can be so mean for no type of reason just because of the race of someone. Like, I really enjoyed reading it because I don't know much about black, people, about black experiences, because of course I'm not black, but I love reading about it so I can learn and I can, teach myself how to, how things were, how they, experience different, situations. And so I can help, and I'm always respectful to anyone. And if you're not respectful, please just, what are you doing? Just be respectful to anyone. Don't make, a big deal of things that are supposed to. I don't know what I'm about to say, but the thing is, this book was great, and I think, Isaac reads this book just because, maybe he wants to learn a bit more about black situations in schools, or like the black racism, or maybe he was just, oh, this book looks nice because the cover is beautiful, so maybe he was like, oh, I like the cover, I'm gonna read it, because that's what I do sometimes with books. So maybe he did that, I don't know, but I really enjoyed this book, and I think everyone should read this book, to be honest. Now, the next book is called We Are Okay, and I don't really remember the book because I didn't really like it, but if I'm not wrong, the book is about this girl who moves into uni, or like moves away from her family, from her friends, and you can tell how everyone is very concerned about her. Like, they are always constantly asking her, oh, but are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? You didn't help with something, and with anything. And the girl's like, yeah, I'm fine, it's fine, I'm okay, when really she is not. And yeah, I don't really know why the book, I don't know much about this book. Again, I don't really like it. The book is by Nina Lacurde. I don't know if I said it, but I didn't really like it, so I don't really remember. And to be honest, I don't know why this book got into the show. Like, I don't know. I don't really remember the episode, because there are a few books that I can understand when, like, I kind of remember the episode they were in because they have to do with the episode, like what the episode is about. But this book is not that case. This book is not that case, and I'm so sorry, but I don't really remember anything about this book. But I do remember everything about Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I remember the scene, I remember everything about it, because it was just beautiful to see one of my favorite authors, Emily Henry, appear in this show, and I was so excited. I literally saw the book and I texted the friend I was watching the show with, and I'm like, this book appeared, I'm so excited. And yeah, so Book Lovers. Book Lovers is a book about two, like a girl and a guy, both work in the same editorial company, if I'm not wrong, and they end up falling in love. It's a love story. It's a fluffy, cute love story. It's just fluffy, just cute, And basically, the girl's sister is pregnant, and she's about to give birth. So she's like, okay, let's go away for a weekend, have the last weekend of us together having fun after the baby comes. And they end up in the small town where the main character, the guy, is from, and it is just super cute to see them like seeing each other in that small town, but it's like, why are you here? Just a small random town in this one state of the United States. And it is beautiful how they meet, how they actually like each other, and how their rivalry, becomes a love story. I really liked it. And I mean, it's two people that love to read falling in love. Of course, Isaac had to read that book. Like, of course he had to. Like, I had to, you have to, everyone have to read this book, because it's just the perfect book for book lovers falling in love with other book lovers. It's just, Emily Henry, I love you so much. I love you. I love you. And if you're here, if you've been here for a while, I love her. So, yeah. Great. Now, the next book I want to tell you about is The Little Prince by Antoine Saint-Exupéry. I don't know if that was the right pronunciation of the name of the author, but this book is a French book that is actually not for kids. Like, people can say, oh yeah, it's for kids. No, it's not. Some of the things that this book talks about are like life lessons. I want to read it again because I read it ages ago. I was like maybe 13 or 14, so I didn't really understand most of it. I really enjoyed it, but I didn't understand most of it because it's actually a book for grown-ups, and you can learn so many things about it. And I think Isaac reads this book because, in the second season they go to France, they go to Paris, and maybe he just wanted a little book to, get in that French spirit, in that French vibe. And, The Little Prince is a very famous book, a very good book, and is beautiful. I will reread it soon because I really, really want to, reread it. It's just a great book that I think everyone should read every once in a while. Maybe like every few years read it, because every time you read that book, you learn something new. It's like it doesn't change, but because you change, the way you read the book and the way you process it changes as well. So you all are always learning things about that book, and I think it's something marvelous that a book can do that. Just wonderful. So yeah, now the next book I want to tell you about is Loveless by Alice Oseman. Of course, an Alice Oseman book had to appear in the show because she's the writer of Heartstopper. And Loveless is a beautiful story about this girl who goes into uni without her two best friends. They go to uni with her, but they're not in the same university. And the thing is, everyone around her is getting boyfriends and getting girlfriends and kissing, and all those experiences of like relationship wise, and you can see how she wants to have those experiences, but she doesn't know why she doesn't have that, like she doesn't feel like actually wanting one. Like she dreams to have it, but then in the practice she's like no, right? And she feels like the odd one out, and that is because she is part of she's ace, she's a romantic and a sexual. And the book is beautiful. I felt so connected with the main character in so many ways because I'm part of the asexual spectrum, so I could feel her pain, and I could feel some of I know how that feels to be like, oh, but I don't really understand this. And she's just trying to figure out things in her life and why she's how she is, and she really feels like she's the odd one out and the weird one when it's completely normal. And of course Isaac had to read it because we all know Isaac is asexual, a romantic as well, and like he's part of the ace spectrum. And so this book is kind of that the girl trying to figure out that she is ace, and Isaac is also going through that process. So reading this book was like probably something that made him feel comfort, because he was like, oh, I can relate to this character, I know what she's feeling because I'm feeling it. And I think it's a beautiful book. And the specific episode that Isaac reads this book, I almost cried my eyes out, because it was like pain, but I loved it, and it's a beautiful book, and Isaac deserves to he deserves the world. I have 2 more books from these 8 books that I have read from the 22, which I still freak out that he read 22 books. Like, what the freak? How do you do that? Let me know. I need help. Like, what, how? I need help to know how you read that fast, because I read fast, but not that fast. The thing is, I have 2 books left. One of them is Birthday by Mary Russo, and it is a beautiful book. Like, I loved it so much. It is crazy. And the book is about 2 best friends who are born in the same day, so they have the same birthday, and one of them is trans. And you see their friendship and their love for each other grow throughout their years. Like throughout their birthday. So like each chapter is a different birthday, and you see how, you know, he ends up, like how the trans guy tells his friend that he's trans, and how he and his family, and how that, you know, works out, and how their friendship grows, and how they start falling in love with each other. And it is beautiful, and the fact that the book is, you know, divided into different birthdays, I thought that was so intelligent. Like, I've never seen a book divided like that, and I think it's very, you know, smart to do it, because, you know, through while you grow, you know, things happen, and it's very cool to see that. I don't know, I just really liked it, and it is beautiful. I really, really enjoyed it. And the last book that I want to tell you about is All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson, which is a memoir, and I have never read a memoir before, so this was my first ever memoir. And to be honest, I am very happy I read it, because I didn't know what this book was about. Like, I got into the book without knowing a thing, and I actually really enjoyed it. So he writes about his life, about how he, you know, what his experiences have been with the whole being black and being queer at the same time in the society he was, you know, born, and when he was born. Because, you know, in the past, people were very racist and very homophobic, and still now there's a lot of homophobic people and very racist people around the world. You should just be happy for everyone else. Like, if someone tells you, oh, I'm part of the LGBTQ plus community because I'm bi, or I'm pan, or I am trans, you should be happy for them. You shouldn't just, you know, be like, you have to be supportive, and you have to love people, because if you give love, you're gonna receive love, you know. And it's just, I read this book, and I didn't know what I was getting into, and then I read it, and I felt so grateful to be born where I was born, because I was like, if I was born when this guy was born, I would probably not be as happy as I am, and I wouldn't have the support that I have. And, you know, reading his experience was very, I learned a lot, and I loved it so much. It was very hard to read some parts, because, you know, just experiences that I have never been through, I don't know how to relate to, because there's things that people have lived that I know how to, that I relate to because I lived them. But there's other things I wish I could, you know, I could relate to, so I can, you know, feel what he felt or what other people feel. And this book is beautiful. Like, everyone should read it. It is amazing, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Again, it's a memoir, so it's basically, it's just, you know, his experience, and you see like photos. There's photos on the book of, like, you know, the different things that different groups he was part of, like, you know, friend groups, family photos. It was beautiful to read, very hard to read as well, because, you know, some parts are very touchy, and like some topics on the book are very, you know, touchy feeling, you know, that maybe not everyone's comfortable with. But to be honest, I enjoyed it so much. I would recommend this book to every single person. Like, everyone should read books that can, you know, teach you things about experiences, or, you know, situations that you've never been to, so you know how to, you know, react to them if something happens similar to that. And I don't know what I'm saying, I'm just rambling now, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I really liked it. And these are the 8 books that I read from the second season of Heartstopper, the TV show on Netflix. I read all those books with such an excitement, because I wanted to film this video with every single book in the same video. But after a while, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna read all of these in the amount of time I wanted to. So I decided to divide the video in different parts. So I will do a playlist. I think I said this at the beginning, but I'm gonna do a playlist so I can put the different videos that I make of this, you know, little these little, you know, these videos. I'm gonna put them all in one playlist. But the thing is, I was not able, I knew I was not going to be able to read the 22 books and put them all together, so I'm just doing little sections and little parts, so you can, you know, just see the different books little by little. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video of me talking about some of the books that appear in Heartstopper. I love Heartstopper. I think everyone should watch the show, read the books. It is a beautiful story, and it's just, I love them. These two are my kids. Nick and Charlie are my babies, and I love them with all my heart. I want a Nick Nelson in my life. Please, God, bring me my Nick Nelson. I need someone as Nick Nelson for me. It's just beautiful. We all should have our own Nick Nelson, like, please. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video of me telling you about these books that I have read. I would have done a reading vlog, but that would have been so much harder. I'm like, I'm just gonna read them and tell you about them, because, you know, it's a different type of video I've never done before, so it's kind of new to me, but I'm very, I want to try different type of videos, so this is one of them, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you get notified when I post a brand new video, and I'll see you all guys on the next one. Okay.